Well, the frame's safe, and he's going to go into the mid-session interval 7-4 ahead of Graeme Dott. Can he do what he failed to do in the previous frame when he missed that pink into the left middle and get a century? He likes to finish off these winning frames with centuries whenever he can. That's why he's got 657 so far to his name.
Well, I think he might be able to just see enough of this red. No.
Not to be, but the frame itself has been well and truly won, and that's a very, very good first half of the evening for Stephen Hendry. He came out leading 4-3. He saw Graeme take the first of the evening with a very, very nice 93, but then really turned the screw on with contributions of 101, 79 and 81. This has been an incredibly high-class final all the way through, and everyone here in the Hilton Conference Centre is thoroughly enjoying it. The interval score, Hendry 7, Dott 4. Out come Stephen Hendry and Graeme Dott to resume their 2005 battle in this very same arena in which Stephen Maguire gained his victory 12 months ago. Just to recap the scoreline, Stephen Hendry leading Graeme Dott here 7 frames to 4, 3 in a row up to the interval with 3 big centuries, and now just needing 2 more to take over from Stephen Maguire here in Malta as the new champion. Of course, it's the Malta Cup this year as opposed to the European Championship.
Chance of a red here. Yes, it wasn't that good a break-off shot from Stephen.
One.
Probably play the green, come around off a couple of cushions onto that open red. Yellow's not really the right angle. And the green is favourite. He's got a bit to do here, Graeme, might, to get back into this.
Yes, he has. Stephen really stepped on the gas, didn't he? Breaks of 101, 79 and 81 just before the interval. And Graeme spent a lot of time in his chair. He didn't score a single point in any of those 3 frames.
4.
Played that one well. Just got a little bit too much into that white there. There's a red there available. But he's going to have to play a cannon now into the bunch. It's all gone wrong.
Touching ball.
Well, the only bonus from that is that it's touching ball, so he can play away from the pack, put the cue ball anywhere on the table. But he'd be disappointed that he hasn't scored more from that opportunity.
Graeme Dott, 12.
Well, this was a similar red that Graeme left Stephen. I think it was in the second frame. Well, it's probably not as acute an angle, which he knocked in and made a century off. He's not taking it on this time. That was this afternoon session. 7-4 up. He's going to keep the pressure on. Just needs 2 more frames, Stephen, for his 36th title. We've just seen Steve Maguire winning his first title last year.
Didn't take Stephen Maguire all that long to get his second either, did it, Mike? Winning the UK in York, just the other side of Christmas.
Well, that win, of course, here last year was the catalyst for him to do better things this season, wasn't it? Gave him the confidence. And already that young man, Stephen Maguire, up to number 3 provisionally in the world. Quite incredible rise up the rankings this year. Neil Robertson we've seen here this week. Another rapidly rising start.
Oh, is the black in? It would, well, he nearly knocked the black in, which would have been a tragedy, but he's also got a mini tragedy in as much as he can't see it anyway.
Well, how unlucky is that? Great pot, okay, lucky not to knock the black in, but to finish there,
settle down now, please.
Snooking on it. He might come off the side cushion and try and knock it in. It only needs a tap, any sort of nudge, and it's in. He might play this.
Just wondering whether that red is in the way of the natural angle, Mike.
Yeah, well, he did need to put a bit of side on. I'm not sure. He might be able to get that natural angle. He could play off the pink for safety. I think he might go for this. And come off the side cushion. Any sort of
Black ball.
Touch on the black and it'll go in.
Tricky cueing, and he's got to put a bit of side on the ball. I don't think it's a natural angle.
That's not far away. Oh.
Foul and a miss.
I think you're correct. I think that red there was obstructing the natural angle.
Also, there was the problem of cueing over the reds as well, having to lift the butt end of the cue. So it was always going to be a chancy one. Unfortunate. Deserved a better fate. It was a great red he potted.
Well, it's got to be said overall, today, Stephen has had the better of the running. There's been a few occasions where Graeme's gone into them and finished on nothing. Another example there. But as we know, it's all part of the game. And when you're playing well, things are going for you, those things do happen. I think I might have got that one.
I think even I might have got that one.
Might have had to put a bit of practice in first. He's looking for a cannon on the red in the middle of the table here to stay on something else. Who's overcut it? Concentrating that much on the cannon. He's got the pot.
A most un-Stephen Hendry-like shot.
Well, he's overcut the blue, which meant he's hit the red thin. That's why the white's gone to the side cushion. If it had caught it correctly, I think he would have caught that red full ball. He left the white in the middle of the table. Graeme won't mind, of course. There's one here. He can pot. The only thing is that white's very close to that side cushion. He should be okay. Well, got through them nicely. I've just wondered where the white was going to finish, either on the black or the blue. Well done. Took a bit of a battering in the opening two frames, well, the two frames this afternoon when Stephen Hendry made that 92-114. And, well, didn't panic. Graeme came back very strong indeed to level at 2 apiece, but he now needs more of the same here. Just ask for the spider, unless he might be the swan neck actually, yeah. Well, this is tricky.
Yeah, it's not an implement which is used all that much.
Did well. Did very well from there.
9. $16. 17. 24. 25.
wanted a slightly fuller contact on that red. He's okay. Just having a quick look at the one to the right middle. But I think he'll take this one onto the left corner eventually. Just probably having to get the rest out in extension actually. Straight on this red would have been better. Don't think he fancies that one. I think he's put everything away again and go for the one in the middle. He's got the blue weight in there as well, so not a lot to do with the cue ball here. Just drop the red in, bound to be on blue or pink. It's not as if he's forcing this red in and coming back from the black.
$33.
Well, nice little nudge on the pink and the red.
38.
Finished perfect.
39.
7-4 down, Mike, but he hasn't given this one up by a long way.
Well, we saw just how resilient this man can be just yesterday, didn't we? Yesterday evening. Sorry, it was yesterday afternoon, wasn't it? Against John Higgins, when he was 5-2 down, looked dead and buried. John had a great chance to win the match at 6-2, and Graeme just reeled him in and took the deciding frame. Tremendous stuff from Graeme.
Won't be overly happy with the one he's just played though. The white's just short by 3 or 4 inches. He's still okay. He's got that one there, the pink, but straight on it, or the other one would have been better. is, well, the pink is the easier shot, obviously. Just checking the scoreboard, 44. So the pink will make it 50. Still needs one of these reds. And he's looking for an angle between the yellow and the brown. This could go wrong. If he cannons into something at the other end here, needs to find the gap between the baulk colours. Oh, well played. Great shot.
Graeme Dott, 53.
Well, that was frame ball.
Indeed it was. And whilst a 53 break continues the run of big breaks in this match, it might not necessarily be enough for Graeme to win the frame.
Stephen is 50 behind here with 51 on the table. This would be a massive body blow to Graeme Dott if he was to clear up here. He's missed it. You know, sometimes when you miss, I was about to say, going to put the black safe on the top cushion. You know, when you miss that frame ball, right, it's often the case, you don't get another opportunity.
It does sometimes happen, and it also preys on your mind a little. Very difficult to get it out of your mind, which of course you've got to try to do. Easier said than done.
Stephen also experienced enough to know the significance of this frame to go 8-4, and he needed one for victory, but he's played a loose one there. Hit that red far too thick. Now, good chance for Graeme here then. Just one good pot, and it should be 7-5. Unfortunately, he's slightly hampered with the green. He's going to have to tuck the waistcoat in the trousers. But just one good pot. Concerned. They might have to take the rest here.
Yes, if it weren't for that green, this would be well. He'd have played the shot by now.
Well, he's not the tallest lad on the circuit, is he? That's the problem. He might even play a safety shot, but he wishes he can pick that green up and put it somewhere else. And he's playing the safety shot.
No, it's unfortunate for Graeme that he wasn't able to go for that. It was a bit of a loose one that Stephen left him. And, well, Stephen's got a chance of the same red into the same pocket, and he's got a slightly different stance over the green and might not be as hampered by it.
Well, he's not actually, but the problem is he needs blacks off these reds. That's why he's not taking it on. Well, he might be taking this one instead. Oh, what a great pot. Great red, but he needs a good black as well. This black has got to go in. Excellent pot. Tremendous again to get out there with the white. That was nearly straight. Gone too far. Hit it too well.
8.
Oh, he should be all over now.
Yeah, he's not covered it. I think, well, he's not conceded, but that was very close indeed. And just look at the angle on the black he had. Perfect angle to nudge the third red. It's going to be 7-5 then. And, well, in the end, Graeme slightly fell over the line in this one. He won't care.
Well, this is just what the doctor ordered for Graeme, isn't it? Coming out after that mid-session interval and taking this
6.
first one.
Just take his time here to get a little bit of potting practice in. Probably a double to the right centre. No. Thin cut all the way around the houses. Good shot.
$15.
Well, nearly got it in the middle instead, but it doesn't matter. It's the end of the frame. Malta for the second time. Graeme looking, in case you missed what we said earlier, looking for his first ever ranking event victory. But not the best of shots there, hitting the blue on the way back.
You won't do it playing shots like that. That was very careless indeed. Caught the reds far too thin, and it's given Stephen the opportunity to put the first red on the board. No, overcut it. Ah. Used the edge of the pack to get back for the black. Just overdid it slightly. Should be okay here though. Just concentrate on the angle, the potting angle on the black here. Maybe cannon into a red and keep the cue ball at this end of the table. Just plain ball, no fancy side, nothing like that. Ooh, well, the problem is with that shot, you always need to hit the far jaw rather than the near jaw. They tend not to drop when they hit the near jaw.
Well.
Very much surprised that he took that one on, considering he had another one to the right centre. Especially knowing that if he missed it, he was bound to leave all these on. I don't know if Graeme could just hold the white where the red is, and I think he can get through the gap for the black. Can run through, of course.
8.
Yeah, not too sure about that prediction of the first shot, Mike.
You got it right second time.
It's been a long week.
$15. 16.
If Graeme was to take this frame, well, it makes Stephen start to think about things a little. Let's not forget, he led 4-3 at the beginning of this evening, Stephen. Graeme made it 4 apiece with that 93, and of course, well, then again, Stephen went into overdrive, 101, 79, 81 to lead 7-4. But he's seen one pegged back, and although Graeme has a lot to do here, every chance
30.
to win another. We saw Graeme Dott's fighting qualities yesterday in that first semi-final. 5-2 down he was, and won 4 on the bounce to win 6-5. Good shot.
45. Six.
Unbelievable. Yet another half century plus then in this match. The breaks just keep coming. It really 53. Has been great stuff here today from these two.
Didn't have much of an angle to play with there.
Actually, it's not too bad where he's finished. It looks fairly straight to the green pocket. Can pop this in and run through for the red near the 3 reds there, right hand side. And, well, in fact, this black, again, is frame ball. Would be 68 the lead with 67 on the table. So he won't be playing position here. Just concentrate on the pot, not the black in the corner. And Stephen needs a snooker. Well played. Well, they were clapping, so obviously the person right behind that pocket knew what he was in. Well, quite amazing, Mike. In 13 frames of snooker, we've had 3 centuries, 2 90s, and 7 breaks over 50.
Yes, it's been formidable stuff from the pair of them. It's a privilege to watch snooker of this standard. Oh,
he's not finished yet.
Well, the crowd are really loving this, I can tell you. Well, the frame is safe, and it's going to be 7-6 now to Stephen Hendry.
What if that might put a few doubts in Stephen's mind? I wouldn't have thought so, but it's certainly making him think about things a little.
Well, this will do no harm to Graham's morale, even more so if he could clear the table. He's only had one century, actually, this week. That was a 114 in his whitewashing of Ronnie O'Sullivan.
83.
One of the more surprising results, no disrespect to Graham, of the week. Well, it's not to be the century, but the important thing is the frame victory. And Graeme Dott, this all-Scottish final. Stephen Hendry roaring away at 7 frames to 4, the mid-session interval here this evening, but a great fight back by Graeme Dott, and memories of yesterday when he fought back to win against John Higgins. Can he do it here against Stephen Hendry? 7 frames to 6, Stephen Hendry leads, a possible 4 frames remaining, and it's still all to play for.
It's game on now. I'm just waiting to see how hard he'd hit the red, actually, because he collided into the brown. I wanted to avoid that, but well, another few inches on the red and would have been over the corner. (7-4) down. It didn't look good for Graeme Dott, but now he must fancy his chances. Caught the red a little bit on the thick side. Hasn't got that white down the table. There's a couple of tempters here for Graeme Dott. He's had a quick look to see if the black will go. It will, but he's got to get good position on it. Stun over off the left-hand cushion. Well, he's pushed the red over the corner, but Stephen can't see that one. Not too bad. Well, looks like Stephen's taken this red on down the rail here. Back down for the green or the blue. Well, I played safety. My apologies. The only thing is, it's not quite safe enough. There's a red on there. Good pot. Don't think you can see enough of the black to pot it. I don't think that's available. It'd be blue or green. No, none of those. Just a safety off the yellow. That's well played. He's covered the red on the right hand side, limiting Stephen's shot selection. Oh, that's developed the black. Stephen also was hoping to cover that red, but this now has enabled Graeme to play off this one. Bring it down the table. Oh, he's gone the other way. Not as intended. I think Stephen will be taking this one on. Well, you saw he came right across that 2 or 3 frames ago. I don't think there would have been any doubt that would have gone in, but he didn't cue that one as well as he has been cueing for most of the day. Graeme will probably try and put the white on the left-hand cushion here. Just use the pack to cover everything. Oh, he's taking it down the table. Well, that's a clever shot. He just also covered that red down there with the brown. And it really is an excellent shot. Stephen wanted to put the cue ball in a similar position here. Well, a bit concerned whether it was going to go into the pocket or not, but it's finished nicely. In fact, better than nicely, because the yellow now has covered everything on the left-hand side as we look down the table. Graeme can't play a similar shot there, so he's going to have to come off the side cushion and play this one near the green and brown. Oh, well.
And a miss. Stephen Hendry 4.
Could go back.
Got down and played that shot very quickly, Mike.
Not sure whether Stephen can get a snooker in behind the green here. He was able to. Well, now Graeme in all sorts of trouble, especially where all the reds are. This might take a bit of time working this one out. I'd like to get to these reds near this right corner pocket off the side and top cushions, just lay onto that onto one of those dead weight, but well, I don't think he's got any path at all to get there. There's a hit and hope. They'll be very happy with that, although there is a red on. If the white had come this end of the table, a certain pot. Stephen's got one on here though, but not guaranteed where the white's going to finish. Oh, now then. Has Stephen gone off the boil a little?
He was certainly some way out on that one, Mike. And Graeme has been given another opportunity here.
I mentioned earlier in the week actually with Stephen that his Achilles heel, which has been over the last 18 months, has been prone to lose concentration for a couple of frames. He plays well for 3, which he has done here this evening, and then suddenly, things get a little bit scrappy and what have you. But I don't know whether that's the case here. He's looked more focused this week, Stephen Hendry. But again, Graeme in
6
with a good chance to put another frame on the board.
So
I mentioned yesterday in the commentary when Graeme was playing John Higgins in that first semi-final, Mike, that Graeme's like a little terrier around your ankles and he's not wanting to let go, and it's exactly the same here tonight. And why should he? The chance of winning this first ranking event, £30,000, going up to number 5 in the world. Let's not forget that he will overtake John Higgins in that list if he wins here tonight, from 6 to 5. No change with Stephen, of course, at
14.
number 2. Ronnie O'Sullivan at number 1. So there's a lot of incentive here for Graeme Dott.
$15. 20. 21. 28. 29.
Just leave the white in the middle of the table.
$34. 35.
Well, it went in the left-hand corner, but it went in.
$42. 43.
I think this red, the back of the 3, Mike, will go to the right corner if you can get on it properly. Well, the way he's looking at this, I think he's going to play to split them. I'm looking to see which way they will go. We need to hit the pink fullish. Oh, this is a calculated risk. Not sure about that shot. Although about calculated, I think it was an unnecessary risk. He still had a couple of reds he could have played on there. He could have gone down for the one in the bulk area and the one on the left-hand side of the table. I'm not sure whether at this stage, with a 45-point lead, that was the correct shot. Should have picked the loose ones off first. Looks like he's taking this red on to the left centre. Tough angle. Well played. Now he's played good position on the pink as well to the same pocket. Excellent pot.
A third time in 3 consecutive frames now that Graeme has reached the half-century mark. What a time to do it. This could be 7 apiece for him, and that would be a remarkable result after 7-4 at the mid-session interval.
Ooh, just missed them.
59.
I suppose that cannon he played into the pink and reds a few shots ago might have been the right shot if he'd played it with a little bit more pace, actually, Mike, the way he went in. Looking back, in my opinion, could have, he still needed a couple of those reds, so looking back on that shot. He's not over the line yet, though, here. Well,
59.
It was getting tougher and tougher. The only bonus is that he's put that red on the side cushion. I think Stephen will play the red near the black here. Develop the black. Oh, he's playing the other one. Taking the red off the cushion. Oh, he's pushed it towards the pocket. That's a little bit careless. Only Graham's problem here, he might be clattering into something else which he doesn't want to do. That's why he's refused the pot. Although he's now left Stephen the red to the centre. All the way.
1.
Yeah, Graeme had the opportunity to take that red on and refused it. And I think now he wishes he had taken it on. If Stephen was to clear here, well, especially now.
8.
Only a little bit of insurance for Graeme is that other red near the right cushion, but it's some 2 or 3 inches off that cushion. Stephen get in, but Stephen could get in behind it. Well, again, got a massive kick, and it's took all of the pace out of the cue ball. I'm afraid Aaron Williams just removing the chalk mark off the black. Oh,
16.
Again, that is so annoying, Mike, you know. It really is.
Yes.
It's there, you know, you can't legislate for it, but Stephen in with a great chance to make it 8-6. Not sure whether he's going to take anything on from here. Well, it looks like it. No, I think he's just playing away off this red. Safety down behind the brown and the yellow. Or is he taking it on? He is. Oh, what a great pot.
There's so little room available past the pink there.
Well, a high percentage of players would have run away there for safety. Not this man. Still got the problem of the red near the side cushion, and the yellow won't pass the brown
23.
into its own pocket. But there's at least a couple of pockets he can play on that yellow. But first and foremost, his first obstacle will be this red on the side cushion. Stephen very much knows the importance of this frame to make it 8-6. That, well, that could, if he was to clear here, Mike, that could break Graham's resolve.
Not an easy thing even for Stephen Hendry to do. Graham's one of the really gritty players on the circuit these days. Oh, well. Concentrating so much on the position behind that last red. He missed the black.
Well, Graham still needs the red, though. There's 32 in it. 35 on the tables, but put all his efforts into this pot. This to make it 7 apiece and complete the comeback. Yes. Well done. Well, you just can't keep this man down.
7.
Wonderful display to get back into this match.
7 in the frame, Graeme Dott.
I would expect it to be green. Well, I'm not quite sure what he played there. He got into that white far too much. He just passed that red that was in the middle of the table, actually, Mike. He wanted to be the other side of it. Well, this is a thin cut. And drop this one in, though. He'll be on the black. Yes, well played. Well, he made that look easy, and it wasn't. And I think he's got some angle on this black to get out for the other reds. Didn't need that.
12.
This is another tough one he's got to take on. Problem he's got here as well, Mike, is the fact that he might be cannon into that other red on the top cushion. He might not take this red on.
I was just wondering exactly the same thing myself. Will he? No, he's decided not to.
Well, all the percentages are against him, aren't they?
That, in my opinion, was the right shot.
That's a good one. I think he's got Stephen snookered on all these 3 reds on the right-hand side of the table. You can see the one on the top cushion. I might just be able to find a thin edge, one of these. Send the white back up and down the table. Well, more than a thin edge. That's a good shot from Stephen. Excellent shot. Well played. Probably about the best he could do from there. We've had a cracking day snooker here, haven't we?
It's been snooker of the highest order if it's value for money you're looking for.
Well, I think Stephen might have covered that one. Well, it was a thin cut. Well played.
1.
The white's just come far enough. Not too bad.
4.
That's, of course, if he decides to take this red on. It's fairly tight to the cushion. Could play it in such a way to go down for the brown, and it might wobble away from the pocket. He's not even looking at it. He's playing safe off this one. Good shot.
Graeme Dott 4.
Well, there's 12 points in this then to Graeme Dott, and this frame still could go either way. Well, now we're going to see a deciding frame. Is Stephen going to win frame and match here?
We don't know, and there's some mileage in this frame, I think, yet, Mike, before we even think about a decider.
Well, Graeme has done marvellous, hasn't he? Really, he was 7-4 down to get back into this match, level things at 7 apiece. Well, he was a bit concerned when that white was going down the table there. Got the double kiss. He thought he might have left that red on, but it's okay.
Well, I've seen the big breaks in this match. Now we're seeing the other side of snooker, the absorbing safety play, as each tries to force an error out of the other. Could this be an error? Just got away with it.
Yes, Stephen caught that red far too thick, but it's just gone beyond the middle pocket. It's been an absorbing encounter between these two. I was about to say, is it Graham's turn to get away with one, but I don't think so. Stephen can drop this red in the middle, come down for the pink. Right, so the first real good chance then for some time for either player. Pop the pink in the corner, stun over for the red.
Seven. Eight.
Hasn't gone far enough. He's going to go all the way around the table here. Side cushion, back cushion, side cushion to land on this last red. Wants to hit the cushion round about the bulk line. Needs to miss the blue. Just
50.
wanted to be a little bit further down the cushion with the white. Might be able to get a snooker now though. Might have potted the red.
Oh. Not exactly what he played.
Would have got the snooker.
Certainly would have.
Well, I think there's definitely one coming up now.
You could be right. Well, what twists and turns snooker presents for us, eh?
Well, I was about to say that the yellow could become a problem to get from yellow to green. It might not be in a few minutes' time if Graeme leaves this yellow on. No, has he been lucky? Oh.
The answer is yes. Can you believe that? Well, we were commenting about Stephen having a little bit of the running earlier, but, well, as we see Stephen, first of all,
settle down now, please.
Getting that outrageous fluked red, off which he was able to get the snooker, and then Graeme turning the tables totally. Remarkable.
Yeah, one apiece on that occasion.
Well, this is fiendish.
Well, we saw the replay on the red. It'd be nice to see replay on the yellow. This is tough to hit. Not far away, but it's not there.
Foul.
Well, everybody thought he hit the yellow there, but he actually caught the brown on the way through.
And if Aaron Williams has got to replace the balls, then he's got a job on here.
Well, the brown was on the spot, so that's not too bad.
So far.
Yes, everybody thought actually that Stephen had hit the yellow direct, but he just caught the brown. They forgot that he caught the brown on the way through.
Yeah, okay.
He's having to play this off the side and top cushions with a touch of check side. He could play the wider angle, actually.
This way.
Difficult to see the wider angle he can play. The yellow was definitely closer. Yeah, it was a little bit further out and closer to the green. That's about right, actually. He'll play the same shot again. But he's having to play this with a touch of left-hand side to straighten the white up off two cushions. This could go on for some time. Oh, especially now. Free ball.
Foul and a miss. 4 and a free ball. Graeme Dott.
Well, Graeme has several choices here.
He's only made the one, put it straight back. There could be a lot of points being put on the board here.
Settle down, please.
This really is a tough one to hit. It's not a natural angle. Stephen's having to create an angle. This looks good. What a great shot. Oh. Well, the two shots in the match that stand out is that one and the black that Graeme knocked him down the rail. Great shot.
No angle to play with at all here. And at the second attempt, he's done it. Sorry, third attempt. Could have gone on all night. It looked that difficult.
Just missed the previous shot, but Graeme laid a good snooker and a good escape. Well, Stephen was in control of this frame about 5 minutes ago. Not now. Well, I don't think Graeme can hold the white here as we watch Stephen in the chair. He might play what we call a drag shot. Lots of bottom on the white to kill the speed of the white as it goes down the table. Drop it in, dead weight to finish on the green. Oh, he's played it dead weight. Trusted the table. Great shot. He needs the green, the brown and the blue to force the deciding frame. That's one of them, and I think he's got the perfect angle to screw directly down for the blue on the side cushion. I think he can avoid the middle pocket. There's enough angle there.
Nine.
13 the lead, just the blue.
Oh. Well,
Graeme Dott 9.
that could have cost him frame and match.
Settle down, please.
Well, what a sad way it will be to lose. Well, that was all about pressure. Stephen hasn't potted these yet. He still needs all three. That shot from Graeme, I'm sure, was just about pressure. Well, it will be a sad way to lose with Graeme Dott. He's having the white clean to make sure
White.
doesn't want any sort of kick on this shot. Pink and black for the title. He was so close a couple of weeks ago. He won't miss this.
11.
This then for the frame and the match and the Malta Cup. And there it is. Stephen Hendry wins his 36th ranking event in a career of just over 20 years. His first ranking event victory since the British Open back in the autumn of 2003.
Let's not forget Graeme Dott in all of this though, Mike.
Absolutely. That has been a superb final. They have both given everything and it could have gone either way. Nonetheless, Stephen Hendry the winner, beating Graeme Dott by 9 frames to 7. Well, Graeme Dott has played his part, but it's not to be.
Consisting of Brian Tortel, Head of Marketing and PR, Malta Airways, and accompanied by a member of the Board of World Snooker, Tony Knowles. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, the runners-up check, the trophy, and our congratulations for a wonderful tournament goes to Graeme Dott.
4 times a finalist in ranking events. Surely his day will come.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, to the winner is the check, the trophy, and the title of this year's Malta Cup champion goes to Stephen Hendry.
Yet another title for Stephen. The second time he's won here in Malta. The trophy and the winner's cheque for £30,000.
Stephen Hendry, ladies and gentlemen.